Hey, Jordan here again. So, because I'm still trying to figure out this whole vlog thing and sort of a consistent schedule for when I'll be able to do it, I figured there's certainly going to be some days where I'm not going to be able to film during the day. So I thought I would give shooting at night a chance. Now I'm seeing I'm seeing already that apparently the camera here is not the best. Although to be fair, it's not even really all the camera's fault. The lighting conditions are pretty poor right now. I guess I could try turning on my phone light. I'll see if that looks any better. Give me one sec here. It looks a little bit better anyway. Of course, because I'm using the light, that means I've got to use the other side of my phone, which means I can't look at the screen. So I just have to kind of aim the best that I can and hope that I'm framing myself to the best of my ability here. Also, with the blinding light directly in my eye, it's actually kind of hard to see where I'm going. I kind of have to really rely on my peripheral here. But anyway, yeah, maybe if it might be easier if I'm not walking, if I can just get to like maybe a park or something, and I'll sit down and just kind of do it there. I know there is one not too far from here, so we'll maybe chill there for a bit. Anyway, so day 2 here. Let's see, after yesterday's video went for about 15 minutes, and that was even after, like, I edited it down quite a bit. You know, it was like the footage was like 25 minutes or something. So I'm going to keep this one maybe a little bit shorter today. We'll see if we can keep it down to maybe only 5 or 10 minutes. Whee, this is fun. I found the park. So I'm just going to kind of chill out here on the swings for a little bit. It's seriously after dark, so I imagine technically speaking we're not actually allowed to be here. I say we, like you're right here with me. Of course, that's just how I feel about you. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to find the time to film later. So I thought I'd just give it a shot at night, see how it goes, see how the camera looks and how feasible it is and whatnot. Because like I'm still on my Christmas vacation right now, but today's my last day. I go back in tomorrow, so during the week it might be a little bit tricky figuring out a specific spot where I can record. So I might try doing some maybe like on my lunch break, or maybe after work on my way, like on the walk back to my car or something like that. Of course, that's also going to be dark out during that time as well. So figured I'd do a little bit of a test here and see how well I can work it. So yeah, I guess as for topics for today's blog, the one thing that came to mind was a question that I've received a number of times from people online, is where my channel name comes from. Why is it called Curse You Jordan? The origin of that is the game The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. For anyone who's played that game, you know that even though everyone knows the main protagonist's name from the Zelda series is Link, of course. But in the game, you give your file name your own personal name, and obviously you don't have to use your name. You can give your character whatever name you want, but the point is that your file name becomes what your character in the game is known as, is not Link. Unless, of course, you called your file Link. But, so naturally, I call my file Jordan, and so the protagonist in the game is referred to as Jordan. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played the game, I'm about to reveal something that happens at the very end. When you eventually do defeat Ganon, like a huge spoiler there, right? Like you couldn't see that coming. Or as though you haven't played it yourself anyway. But when you defeat Ganon, he curses Zelda, and he curses the sages for trapping him and sealing him away. But then he also curses you, so the text will pop up on the screen, curse you, and then whatever your character's name is. So that's where that comes from, is that Curse You Jordan is something that Ganondorf said directly to me after I beat Ocarina of Time. And for the longest time, Ocarina of Time I would have considered easily my #1 favorite game of all time. It's still pretty much up there. I would say it's either my #1 or my #2 game, maybe #3, depending on what day you happen to catch me on. Today, I'm going to say it's my #2 game today, but it's a good one. I still love everything about that game. I couldn't disagree more with the sudden recent influx in recent years of people trying to claim that the game is overrated. I don't think it's overrated at all. I think it still holds up today as much as it ever has. But anyway, that's where I got the channel name from. Beyond that, I don't really want to take up too much more time with this vlog here tonight. As I mentioned, I want to keep it short. So I'll just say thanks for tuning in again. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and tune in tomorrow. All right, thanks. Have a good night.